Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was one of the biggest fights in boxing history, and Floyd Mayweather has confronted Manny about talks of a rematch in December. Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather back in 2015, but he's admitted there's one thing he would have changed about it since losing to Floyd. Manny stated, "If I could change one thing in my career, I'd have asked to postpone my 2015 fight against Floyd Mayweather after hurting my shoulder in training. But my injury worsened after the third round. Pushing for that important fight to happen as scheduled is my biggest regret." After losing to Floyd Mayweather, Manny was very open to a real rematch instead of an exhibition, and he kept saying that Floyd was actually scared of him. Manny stated, "I'm willing to have a real fight with him, not an exhibition. We need to answer those questions in the minds of the fans. I was affected the first year because people were asking me, when is the rematch? Up until now, they're asking me when the rematch with Mayweather will be. I told them I don't think he'll fight again. He's scared to death to have a rematch with me. That's my analysis. He doesn't want to fight me again." In 2021, Manny announced his retirement, and he spent 14 minutes addressing his fans. Manny stated, "I would like to thank the whole world, especially the Filipino people, for supporting Manny Pacquiao. Goodbye, boxing. It's difficult for me to accept that my time as a boxer is over. Today, I am announcing my retirement. I will never forget what I've done and accomplished in my life. I just heard the final bell. The boxing is over." Manny's retirement didn't last long before he was saying that he'd be willing to return to fight specific fighters. Manny stated, "Of course I can fight Terence Crawford or Errol Spence. Yes. I'm eager to fight them to test them if they're really champions. I've been fighting with the greatest boxers in the world, so I want to test them. I'm still here. Even though I've been retired for more than a year, I keep on working. I work out almost every day." According to Freddie Roach, he is sure that Manny wants one more real fight.
Pacquiao in the winner.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time.
Me and his wife will get mad at me for saying that.
You're trying to drag him back out.
No, 'cause I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time?
He does.
Against, not an exhibition, a professional fight?
He wants a real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have. I haven't let him choose anyone yet. But the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife called me up and said, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, sometimes he's gonna fight. Yeah, I agree with you. He's gonna fight, and you know who? It doesn't matter.
When Ricky Hatton was asked about facing either Manny or Floyd, he mentioned that an exhibition with Floyd is on a completely different level. Ricky stated, "It's very hard to say. Me and Marco had an understanding in that exhibition. We'll make this competitive, but Floyd's exhibitions, he's taking the out of everybody. You look at his last fight, he was belittling his opponent, and it ended up kicking off and getting a little bit nasty. Do I want to be involved in a circus? I would have more chances of getting it with Manny because he seems like a decent guy, but I'm not saying Floyd isn't a decent guy. I'm only going off what I see in his exhibitions." In more recent moments, Conor McGregor tried to set up a fight against Manny Pacquiao, and he stated, "Boxing, boxing, boxing. I've been thinking about it. Boxing right now. One of us in the mixed martial arts sphere is going to have to put a dent in this boxing run. We're going to have to get in, switch the roles, and then it's MMA time. So I feel like I'm the person that can do that. Manny Pacquiao, Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency sat Manny and myself together, and we're having a bit of playful banter. There was some discussion. It was close for myself and Manny to box in Saudi Arabia about 2 or 3 years ago, that was. And it was real, ongoing negotiations. I'm sure we could pick back up from where we left off." Floyd Mayweather has already faced Conor McGregor in an exhibition match, and he's actively stated that he doesn't like Conor but has no issues with Manny.
Do you genuinely dislike Conor McGregor?
Yes. I don't like him at all.
Does it help you when you don't like the guy you're fighting to train and to be motivated?
It really doesn't matter. You know, if the payday there and the fans want to see it, then we're going to make it happen.
Do you dislike Manny Pacquiao?
No, I don't dislike Manny.
You don't. Did you dislike him before the fight?
No.
No. Is there a thing that happens after the fight where you actually start to have an affection for the other guy, where you feel like, okay, now, no, I'm not, I don't mean it in a weird way. I mean, like, where you're like, you know, like I remember being on the playground. Will you make love to Conor McGregor?
It looks as though a rematch between Manny and Floyd is what fans can look forward to next, though, and Manny stated, "I'm still active. I'm an active guy. I'm actively training. I have an exhibition match this coming December in Japan. We're working on it. The opponent. We're working with Mayweather. Yes, a Mayweather fight." Floyd Mayweather Sr. really thinks that Floyd would beat Manny no matter how many times they end up meeting in the ring. Floyd Sr. stated, "Man, my son will kick his ass the second, third, fourth, fifth time." Bob Arum actually thought that Manny would win. Bob stated, "If that fight happens, then it's probably worth it to do because that would be a big, big, big fight. Manny Pacquiao would win now. He got the win against Keith Thurman. He went out on a big note. I would recommend that this is the time for him to hang it up, but listen, he makes his own choices." Freddie Roach really believes that Manny could knock Floyd out if they met for a rematch, and he stated, "I really think Manny can knock him out. Floyd would be a fight we'd want. I'd like to get that one back one more time. I know we can do much better. We had an injury in that fight, but regardless, we lost a close decision. I know Manny can do much better than that. Floyd's last couple of fights against a kickboxer and whatever the other guy was, Conor McGregor, he wasn't too impressive. I think it's a good time to catch him right now. I do think it could happen, yes, probably not until next year. But the thing is, it is a big fight out there, and again, a fresh Manny with no injuries. I love that fight." Adrien Broner thought that the rematch was going to happen way before now, and he saw Floyd winning the fight. Adrien stated, "They'll fight again. That's why they're doing all this capping. They'll fight again. Floyd gonna beat his again. It might be worse. Floyd gonna buddy up." Roy Jones Jr. doesn't think that Floyd can take credit for his first win against Manny.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is because look how much money.
Floyd didn't care how many times he has to face Manny either, and he thinks that he'll always win whenever they meet in the ring. Floyd stated, "I won. I knew I won. I knew I was the better fighter. We fight 10 times, I'm going to win 10 times. We fight 20 times, I'm going to win 20 times. We fight 100 times, I'm going to win 100 times. Manny Pacquiao just is not a better fighter than me, nowhere around the board. He was a beat fighter from round one. He knew it. He knew he couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao, you're not on my level. You will never be on my level, period. Simple and plain. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.